This episode is brought to you by Border Brewing Company. Visit Border Brewing Company in Kansas City for craft beers, ciders, seltzers, cocktails, and community in the heart of the crossroads. Today, Nivens sits down with his former neighbor Mary, and she tells the tales of how life was in Kansas City before the interstate highways came through and took out many neighborhoods, the old shops of yesteryear, and the flood of 51, marching and protesting with Cesar Chavez back in the 70s, and see what happens if you ever rip up a check in front of Mary made out to Mary. She also leaves you with a bit of a teaser for the possible Part 2 stories. Let's get marching with Neighbor Mary. The Prince of Possum Trot, the Mayor of Gullytown, a Kansas City kid. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned in to Kansas City with Jason Nivens.
Stars are coming, run, fetch my lightning rod.
So can I say anything I want?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Anything, and you can cuss, you can do anything you want.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, this is the new age. We have no FCC regulations.
God, I wish I could. I would have known. I would have dyed my hair. The whole 9 yards.
We're going to do this. We're going to slew again, all right? Ready? And
Okay.
so we have to make sure that the clap, so salute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salute, Jason.
Cheers.
Parker,
cheers.
Cheers.
Buddy. Yeah. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a starting point with these. I just
Okay.
start talking. When you and I talked, I guess yesterday, and we were discussing this podcast, I told you that my focus on this podcast is the people, places, things, and history we love about Kansas City. And I feel like when I step back and look at where I live over in the West Side, coming up on 16 years on Halloween is how long I've been there. And I started doing the math in my head a little while ago. That's if I remember correctly, I am correct, I believe, that's the house we live in, the house that was behind you, is a place that I've lived in the longest of my entire life.
Okay.
And it's from the moment that I stepped foot on that deck and looked over the city, it felt like home to me. You spend your whole life on that hill. You still are, because you're still up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember a time before the highways came through.
Yes.
Before I-35, before I-70, before 670. You remember a time, as you told me in the past, where you had the doctor riding the horse up the hill.
No, not up the hill. That was down on the tracks, 24th, 25th Street.
Okay.
By Turkey Creek.
Okay.
Turkey Creek didn't used to be there.
Yeah. So tell me what Kansas City looked like before the highways, before.
There was a lot of houses.
Yeah.
Lots of houses all the way up and down. Lots of houses, Even right here where Jarbo Park is at, that was all houses.
Wait, I thought Jarbo Park over at 17th and West Penn.
Yeah, I'm pointing the wrong way though.
Well,
okay, get confused here. It's this way.
Okay. But
No, it's right there this way.
But I thought Jarbo Park was one of the earliest parks in Kansas City. But it had houses.
How early are you talking about,
I don't know,
Jason?
again, I don't know the history like you do, because Kersey Coates Road was the road that led to the promenade that had that gorgeous staircase that led down to the road before the highway came in and blew it up, right? I mean,
well, there was what's the name of that right now? Beardsley.
Yeah,
and then you can still see. I think I told you this before. You can see where there's an entrance.
Yes, and they had to put
used to be Beardsley, right there, Beardsley Road.
Okay.
And it was beautiful with these trees down, and I think it led up to a park.
Yeah.
To a park.
It was like a Case Park or Bluff Park or something like that, where, again, because it was the West Bluffs and the West Side were all part of that whole parks beautification process.
Yeah, all that
end of the 1800s.
All that where the FBI building is at now.
Mulkey Square.
Yeah, all that used to be houses.
Yeah.
All of that used to be houses, Back in the day, we used to call it 14th Street,
Yeah.
Because it was mostly a lot of whites
Yeah.
living there, you know. There was a few little Mexicans scattered around here and there that I didn't even know about until me growing up more, you know,
Yeah.
getting older, you know. Yeah, but we used to have to cross the bridge just to go downtown. That bridge that's there now.
The 14th Street Bridge?
Yeah,
Okay.
we used to have to walk through there.
Before the highways. They put it there.
Yeah, no, the bridge was already there.
Oh, really?
But only it was an older bridge.
Oh, wow.
It was an over model, and then when the highway came underneath it, you know,
Yeah.
it was of course they probably redid it.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't
Reinforced it.
Yeah, I wasn't up here that much because we were still down there.
Monitor place and
No, not Monitor, down on 24th Street, 25th Street.
okay.
Monitor was, to me at that time, highfalutin. You know?
Really?
Yeah, that was a street that a lot of nice Hispanic people, Mexican people lived there, but they seemed to all be doing really well because all the young girls and even the young men, they were dressed real nice,
Okay.
real nice. And, they kind of looked down on the poor ones. Well, me,
The working class.
yeah, that's what they were. Yeah, really. So they were real lucky that they grew up like that, But first of all, I would like to say that my name is Mary Lou Hernandez. I'm 82 years old now. So I live here now at Posada del Sol. And I grew up down there. I was born and raised down there on 24th, 25th Street in Holly
Okay.
by the tracks.
Yeah.
Have you been down there lately? Back in the day?
I mean, that's kind of over by where Boulevard Brewing is and all that stuff, right? Isn't that kind of the...
Well, Boulevard Brewing is right next to the bridge.
Okay.
Remember that little bridge? That little bridge has been there forever.
Okay.
When the flood came at 51, that thing was just
Yeah.
filled with water,
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but where Boulevard Brewing is at, I mean, that was all houses.
Right, yeah.
All of that was houses, And whatever I say here is my opinion, my experiences. So I don't want no, what do you call it?
Gruff.
Yes. I
Grief.
don't want any, she's
Agita.
exaggerating. She's this and that. Because I have run into a lot of people when I bring up stuff and they, I don't remember that. I thought, well, I do,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we were talking about, that's where all that down on 25th Street, that was nothing but big apartment buildings, and a lot of people lived there.
Yeah.
And then where Turkey Creek was at, where it's at now, all that was houses. And then right on the corner, there was a big sandblast where they made sand there.
Okay.
That was kind of like our playpen.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We used to get up bright and early in the morning and didn't have anything to eat, so we would just look out in the streets to see if we could find something to eat. And then we used to go over there and play in the sand. That was kind of our enjoyment.
A beach without water.
Yeah. And then the train tracks that are there right now,
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't even, I think now there's like a wall there. But before it was just little stones where you could go up there, and there was a little train house right there where there was like a conductor
Yeah.
just watching. And we used to be able to go all the way up there and sit with him on the tracks and stuff.
Where Cambridge Circle is now, that's the old Greystone neighborhood. Do you remember that at all?
Where's Cambridge?
Cambridge is the exit. If you were to come off the boulevard, it's right where Don's liquor store is.
Yes.
And what I read was that there was tons of housing up there, tons of residences, and then over the bluffs was Totaloop, and I think that predates you, and that was
what is it?
Totaloop. It was that weird no man's land between Kansas and Missouri.
Yeah,
that was sort of just like an outlaw area.
Yeah, it kind of was, It kind of was, Of course, we didn't go over there too much, but we didn't start crossing over there until they built that big restaurant up on the hill. Baby Doe's.
Right. Yeah.
That's when we started. We were starting to cross over there and visited. I mean, to us, it was like, wow, it was nice. And to us, it was beautiful and fancy and cozy. And the food was good. And by that time, I was already married, you know?
Yeah.
But that was kind of like highfalutin to us, you know?
Yeah.
And it was real nice. And I guess it was there for a while, but they closed it down. I don't know why.
I think I read was that
I read something about it.
Slide off the bluff, because these bluffs that we have in Kansas City are ever changing, and to put things on them, because some people say it's Missouri clay, it doesn't hold it very well.
Yeah. So we were sad to see that go, you know, but so when the flood of 51 happened, I even forgot your question. How do we get on this? Yeah,
we just kind of.
Cambridge, you were talking about Cambridge and stuff like that. I was just
curious if you remember that neighborhood at all. That used to have houses and people over there. Because you talk about houses and then houses.
Right. Yeah. There was a lot of houses over there. But again, the only reason that we probably were over there in that area was because I think one time I babysat for somebody over there. But back in that day, I didn't drive, you know?
Right.
I didn't drive anywhere, so we kind of stayed out of that area. I have been invaded by gnats.
Oh, and it's that time of season.
We got it. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the
I bought
fruit flies. Yeah,
I got a bug light over there, and I got stickers everywhere.
I don't worry.
And they follow the light.
Yeah.
So I always have the light off, you know? So anyway, so I didn't go up there too much because, of course, I didn't drive, and the only time really as I grew up and got married, that's when we started going up to that baby dose, you know?
Right.
But yeah, there was a lot of houses over there. I just don't think I ever went up there, you know?
I remember you telling me in our neighborhood, and I've seen it in some of the old newspaper articles about confectionery stores and grocery stores in the neighborhood, because that's obviously been one of the things that have been discussed about the West Side is that there's no market or bodega, short of Royal Liquor. Shout out to those guys. But how you can kind of tell in certain houses you look at, like, oh, that used to be a little market on the back side of the house or the front side of it. I know that it's been knocked over now, and they're talking about building a new set of row homes and all that stuff. But there was like a market hotel up in the Bluff area on 21st way back when. Can you kind of paint me a picture of what the West Side looked like when it had those little pocket markets and even the streetcar that ran up there? Because those metal poles are still there.
Okay, I didn't always live on the hill. Okay. I lived down there.
Okay.
I lived down there on 24th Street, 25th Street. And down there on 24th Street is where they had all of these little stores.
Sure.
All of these little stores, you know? And then
so was it
they had big buildings, and a lot of people lived in the buildings. Right now, right on the corner, there's like I don't know what it is. It's a big building. They used to make sandwiches in there.
Okay.
But just that was like in the 80s.
Okay.
70s, 80s, 90s. And then I don't know what it is now. But all those were apartment buildings.
Right.
Big. And then right on the corner, we knew these neighbors when, of course, I lived down there, and they had a candy store. They had a candy store. That was Pancho and Lola Avila.
Okay.
They had a little candy store, and that's when we used to go in and buy penny candies, you know?
Yeah.
You would get two candies for a penny. That was a lot, you know? And then across...
Can't get anything for a penny now.
No, and then across the street, there was...
They stopped making a penny.
Well, I kind of heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are they still good then if you have saved them?
You can still use them, but like some places you'll go to and it'll be $12.63. And if you're paying by cash, they'll round it up and down, or they'll just say $12.50 and they'll just knock off the 13 cents altogether, and just those working quarters, which is just wild to me. But
so anyway, there was a lot of houses down, a lot of buildings, mostly down there. Some of the houses are still there on 24th Street, you know.
Mm-hmm.
David's, the store David's was right there, you know where Lona's shop is at? Used to be right there.
Okay.
Lona's, and then what's the other guy's name? Casey's. Is he still there?
I don't know. I've
You don't know him?
Oh, yes.
Irish.
Lona's is, I think, just a storage place, right?
Yeah, he has some kind of shop there. There's an alleyway there, and then there's a shop here.
Okay.
And then there's a shop there. And then that used to be David's store.
Okay.
David's. He had the best store on the block. He had the most beautiful things in there, you know. He did everything. He would chop the meat for you and everything, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of little stores, Mexican stores, you know. There was, can't remember, Marcos. Marcos was one of them. He was right on the corner of Bellevue.
Okay.
As you go down Bellevue, you know.
Yeah.
And there was another one over here. I can't think of the name. In front of the little candy store, there was another one right here.
Right.
Where they made Mexican bread right there, and masa and stuff like that for tamales, you know. And then, you know, right now it's Turkey Creek.
Yeah.
So all that stops right there. 24th Street stops right there.
It's a water pump station or whatever. Yeah.
But it kept going like that. And then my aunt had a store over here on this side. She had another little store. My aunt, my tia Sara.
Yeah.
And then across the street from her, there was this big school. Did you ever look that up, Adams School?
No, I did not. I need to.
Yeah, it was called Adams School. And my sister looked it up for me one time, but it was a bad picture. It was so tiny, you know? Yeah, and I think a lot of people, like maybe my mom, the poor people went to school there, you know? I believe.
Was your mom born here? Was she?
No, she was born in Mexico.
She was first generation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she came up during the, Mexican Revolution?
She came up, no. Maybe that was still going on over there. Maybe that's why they came over here, you know?
Or is it a word?
But she was pretty young when she came over here.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. And, but there was this school there. And then when the flood came in 51, we were still living over here. And so when the flood and everything was over, we were staying over here at Gage Park. The Red Cross had a big tents and cots and stuff for us like that. But some people came after us and we went to their house over here on Broadway. It was one of my aunts and uncles, you know.
Yeah.
But they didn't want us there because there was too many of us, you know. So we tried to go back to the house, but it was like, you know, water took over us. So there was like dead fish and stuff in there, and there was a dead pig out in the yard, and all the chickens were dead. And, you know,
that flood of 51 is one of the most remembered. There's a handful of floods in Kansas City.
They still have
that they talk about, but that one was
they still have reunions with that flood. The people from Kansas, from Armadale and places like that, because it hit them hard. That's when a lot of people from over there moved over to the west side. And they started living with relatives here, or they would rent a room and stuff like that, you know?
Right.
And I think that's maybe why the west side and the Sacred Heart area got bigger as far as Latinos go.
Because they started, because the initial migration of Latinos to the west side, because at the time, if I understand correctly, and you can correct me on this, it went from like Hungarians, Jews, and then Irish were pretty thick over here.
Yeah, the Irish were here, from what I understand, they were here almost first, you know.
Because that's part of Father Bernard's movement to tear down the bluffs and fill in the gullies and make the city, right? Because that
I don't know. I don't know. That I don't know. That's too far back for me.
Okay.
But I do know that down here where the stockyards are, where they used to be, right there by that steakhouse. What is that name?
Golden Ox.
Yes. Yeah. There's a big sign out there. If you've ever read it, there's a big sign about the Boers.
Okay.
And there's some Boers up here, Latinos, but they spell it different.
Okay.
And the Boers down there, there's a sign out in their parking lot. I don't know if it's still there. It's a big metal.
Yeah, sure. It's one of those historical markers.
Yes. And it says a story about how they came over here.
Okay.
So you need to go down there and look at it.
I do. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it says Boer in French.
Right. Because the French were,
yes.
that predates so
yes.
much of
yes.
this.
Right.
So did you come across, when you were growing up around here, did you come across a lot of Irish, or was the lives pretty separate from each other back then?
We pretty much were separate. Yeah. I think I ran into them probably in school, you know?
You guys all went to the same school together?
Yeah, in school, because we had to go, if you lived on Cesar Chavez Avenida, I know a lot of people don't like that name, but I still love Cesar Chavez.
You marched with him?
Big controversy over him.
Yeah, you marched with him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, yes.
Well, yeah.
And we got to meet him. I got to meet him twice.
Okay.
But nothing was said about him then.
Okay.
And the woman you know the story now, right? That just came out.
I know a little bit. I know there's a lot of controversy.
The woman that is bringing out everything now, that he raped her, that he was an abuser of women. Now she brings it out when he's dead. But when she started coming over here with him when they were young, she was right there with him. She would not let go of him.
Okay.
So when I seen this story coming up, I was like, I don't care. I don't believe it, because she was right there. In fact, they did a story on her. Because back then they wanted to know who she was, hanging around with Cesar Chavez.
Back then?
Yes.
Okay.
We're talking, what, 70s?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. 70s. And they wanted to know, well, who's this woman hanging around? Somebody did an article on her. And I don't know if I should say that here, you know? But anyway.
It's out there. You can do your own research.
Somebody needs to do a research on her. Back in the 70s, a journalist from Kansas City did a story on her.
Oh, really?
And that's not pretty.
So where? Oh,
yeah.
So where did you march with him at then? In Kansas City.
Yeah, he was. He was here during the grape thing. It was back then. They were marching. We were marching against Safeways because they were selling grapes.
Okay.
They were selling grapes and they were not paying the farm workers that much money.
Right.
So we were kind of working in their behalf. Stop selling grapes. Don't buy the grapes.
Right.
You know? But that was Safeway stores back then. We had Safeways around here. Yeah. You know? And so he came down. Of course, you know, I wasn't next to him or anything because, you know, he was all the people that were in charge, they were out there with him, taking him. Yes.
Right.
I mean, I was just over there holding the flags and stuff, you know? Right. And maybe my ex got to be around him. I don't know, you know? I don't remember. It was so fast and exciting, you know? I mean, protest has an exciting momentum to it. Momentum, yeah, to it, because people feel close, and it can be dangerous.
Sure.
Yeah, it can be dangerous too, because that's how you get everybody riled up.
There's something about that collective energy, you know, feeding off each other.
Yes,
and sort of like what that is like, what that is.
This beer's making me hot. And then we seen him in Chicago. I seen him in Chicago.
Yeah.
And he was still real popular because he was up on the stage, you know?
Yeah.
And when he came down, everything was over. I walked over to him and I said, Cesar, you know, I met you in Kansas City. And of course, you know,
right.
That was I'm sure I did. And I don't even know what he said to me, but we were just excited to see him, you know?
Yeah.
So after that was the last time I seen him, you know? But it was exciting. You know, that flag that I have right here was made just for that cause.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that you've had that the whole time?
Yeah. Since the 70s. Yeah.
And you've engaged in, because I know you told me this back when we were neighbors, you engaged in a lot of protests in your life. I mean, the bull, but you told me, I mean,
well, the Kemper.
If I can speak candidly,
the Kemper one, we did that.
Yeah,
that's where we got.
It's crazy when you're 8 years old seeing your mom get arrested.
Yeah, and that's where we got arrested, you know. But that's what I mean. You get that power in you because everybody's but it can be dangerous because if there's
What were
some
the cops
crazies.
like back then? Did they put you in the paddy wagons?
Yeah.
Politely?
Yeah.
Or were they a little gruff?
No, they weren't really rough because I think that time my ex was already in
He was a councilman, right?
Yeah, he was a councilman. So,
Yeah.
they knew who he was. So they,
Right.
they kind of they didn't handle us with kid gloves, but
Right.
of course I wasn't crazy either.
Mm-hmm.
I got in and I was told what to do and that's it.
Right.
There was some crazies though that wanted to, start fighting and stuff,
Yeah.
but I wasn't one of them. And I don't even remember if my kids were with me. I don't remember. Maybe they were. If Bobby remembers that, because
Made an impact on him.
I think so.
He's the same age as Credence is right now. I think, I just got done with court myself over some things with the city. And
Yeah.
So
How did you do on that, Jason? Is this what the tree or the tree house?
The tree house and the fences and the decks. We got variances granted for all of them. So we're cool. Everything's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People were there to back you up or what?
Yeah, Marcus came with me. I took him with me. He spoke on my behalf.
Who's Marcus?
Mark next door. Mark staying in Gracie's house, Loretta's home,
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
Mark?
He's right next door to us. Has the truck.
Mark? Are you talking about
Marcus?
the Salazars or over here?
No. Not Salazar's, Gracie's old house. Where?
No, the last time I was there was this man, the skinny man.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him?
Yeah, he came, spoke on our behalf, and then, believe it or not, Grant from Edward Franklin came and spoke on our behalf. And
who's that?
The developers that are building on your old plot.
Really?
Yeah, came and spoke on our behalf, and they.
Well, what's the problem then? Who started all this? You think Robert did? Okay.
I think somebody did. Maybe we'll call him Robert.
Okay. All right. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I seen it.
It's very very specific and very particular, and it takes somebody who has nothing going on to just pour over the codes and zoning.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah. It's
but it's all over with.
Yeah, we're celebrating today.
All righty. Salute. Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a long day in front of the Board of Zoning. But
who sits on that board?
There's a handful of folks, and I can't recall their names.
Okay, that's city, right?
Yeah. There was a gal that's been there for 30 years, I know.
But as far as city council people,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. No, they're all. I don't think they're city council people. I think they're all volunteers. At least the way they portray themselves, they're volunteers. I'd have to go and do a deep dive on who they are. But for me, I remember talking about the West Side. I remember the year before I moved in, it was pouring down rain on the 4th of July, like buckets of rain. And I was at the time residing in Piper Lofts. I had a penthouse, and my neighbors, my view faced to the south, and then when I went up to the rooftop, I could look out to the west. And my neighbors next to me, Rudy and Lynn, their view was to the west. And I remember being over there at their place, 4th of July, and looking at the west side, and it was just like it is on 4th of July. So many fireworks going off and pouring down rain. And I just kept thinking to myself, this is wild to me.
Yeah.
This is wild to me that it's pouring down rain.
It still happens up there in the hill, doesn't it?
100%.
I know.
100%. After the lackluster performance at Liberty Memorial for the Memorial Day performance, all of a sudden 2 or 3 different pockets of the west side started lighting off fireworks because it was kind of lame.
And it's coming up again.
It's coming. Yeah, 4th of July is coming up again.
Yes.
So what do you think about the west side when you see it now and you see, multiple lots get consolidated into one, and then a giant, for lack of a better word, McMansion going in there?
Well, I don't like them at all. They're too modern looking for me. They just don't seem to fit in the in the neighborhood, you know, but I still like the old-fashioned homes, you know, because I think there was a lot of French architecture here with the houses and stuff. You could tell on their trellises,
some of
their porches and stuff like that in the front. And in fact, from what I heard, it was Monitor, because it's a small street. That's I think in the National Historical or something like that, because them houses were all designed by somebody from either they're either Victorian or some kind of French architecture that came and did the houses, designed the homes.
Right, yeah.
But only on that block. And then here and there and here, you'll still see like some of those porches with the little curls and stuff in the front, and the posts, the porches are really nice. They're not just straight, but they kind of curl around and stuff. And I
mean, you remember sleeping on porches?
Oh yeah,
back in the day. Before.
Well, because we didn't have no fans. Yes. We didn't have any fans or anything. We just had to sleep outside on the porch. You know.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
12. My mom had more, but there's only 12 of us living.
Still alive?
No, us.
Oh, okay. 12.
My mom passed away, but there's still 12 of us living.
Oh, gotcha.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, so I don't know. I think I would have loved to stay in my house, but I was scared. Too many new people around.
Yeah.
I didn't have my animals anymore.
Yeah.
And I was getting scared, I was getting scared because my doors, anybody could knock them doors down, Them glass doors, they were just...
Yeah.
And I was afraid to sleep by myself at night without my animals, know? And so I was getting scared. So I started thinking and I started giving things away. And then, of course, Jason, the lawyer from Legal Aid, that's another thing. It's sad that Legal Aid is not here anymore. They moved him out.
Legal Aid? Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
They moved him out.
Oh, I thought Legal Aid was still part of the West Side housing. No?
I'm sure they are. Anybody can call Legal Aid for any kind of problem, but we had Legal Aid here forever.
Right.
Forever. The old firehouse, West Side Housing now.
Yeah.
That used to be Legal Aid.
I didn't know that was not.
Legal Aid was downstairs and West Side Housing was upstairs.
Yeah.
And now
I've been inside that for that
now West Side Housing has the whole building now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And Legal Aid moved out way out east, like off of Paseo, something like that. Who in the world's going to go over there?
Right.
But we always had it here. But see, they moved it away because there's no fighters here no more on the West Side.
Right.
Back in the day, I think, hear me right, I think we would have fought for it. All of us would have fought for it. Because Michael Duffy, don't you?
I feel like I know the name.
You need to, oh my God. He was our lawyer he's been through everything with us here on the West Side. He came over here, he's a lawyer, legal aid lawyer.
Yeah.
He had his office down there. And he helped us with everything. When we went through campaign with Bobby.
Right.
He can tell you, he's an expert at stuff like that.
I feel like now...
He can tell you how this place was built.
La Posada?
Yes. Yeah.
Was it... Remind me, was it reluctantly built or was it built?
They had to fight for funds because, nobody else wanted to build it because... Supposedly, Bobby and I were just kind of getting involved in meetings and stuff like that because I had to work, I had to work and I had my kids in school and Bobby was struggling because he had a hard time finding a job, because he only has one eye, and so he struggled through that, and so he decided to go back to school. So he went to the old Penn Valley.
Yeah.
And he got, I believe you can only go get an associate's there or something.
Sure.
But he graduated from there, And then after that, we lived down in the Bluffs at West Bluff. And just some people from West Side Food Conspiracy, that store I told you about.
Yeah.
There was a lot of young whites coming from, sorry guys, white graduates from, I believe, UMKC.
Okay.
They came over here and they moved into right here on 17th Street.
Yeah.
They call it, what do they call it now? Matty Rhodes.
Oh,
it's part of Matty Rhodes now.
Right. Yeah,
it's that big building, that big.
Right. Yeah.
They moved in there. They moved in there. They were all living together.
Yeah. Artist commune sort of.
Yes.
idea.
They were wonderful people. I mean, they just came into our neighborhood. They wanted to know everything about us.
Yeah, they cared.
I hooked up with them. They started a little store there.
Sure.
I was working, and every Saturday we used to go there on a volunteer basis if we wanted to buy there.
Right.
Because, big gallons of glass jars of milk, big old gallons.
Yeah,
and they were all glass. I think they were like, 85 cents or something like that.
Right.
But, they wanted us to volunteer too. Show us something.
Yeah, right.
So I started there, and I started knowing them. Big Bob didn't even know him, and I think he got a little jealous, we were still in that honeymoon sort of phase, And, but I just loved all of them. But then they had to change the name from West Side Food Conspiracy because the neighborhood or someone didn't like the conspiracy thing.
Yeah.
So they changed it to West Side Food Co-op.
Okay. Wow.
So that's how we met them. So he made excellent friends with them. They're probably, most of them are dead now, Jimmy White was the main number one guy of his. Michael Duffy, Donnie Pacina, he passed away. May he rest in peace. We had some great people just there, on just ready to call them. They would all come, Hey, let's go over here and find out what the F's going on over here. They would all go. But in a group, you can do anything, you know?
Yeah.
So that's when they started out talking about, putting Bobby in office. And he just started out little by little. We had model cities here down on Summit. There was right there where the bus stop is on 23rd and Summit.
Yeah.
There's a bus stop right there, and there's that building there.
Yeah.
I think it's a fourplex.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a little office in there for Model Cities was there.
Okay.
And it was run by the city. And one of the men that ran it was Robert Parra. He just died too. And so people didn't the story was that people around here, you could go if you didn't have enough money for your rent or food or anything, you could go down there and ask for help. And somehow or other they had maybe donations from the city, I don't know.
Right.
But they wouldn't give it to us. They would only, the word was they would only give it to their friends and stuff.
Right.
So by the time we went, they would tell you to go far away somewhere and try to get the money. So one day, because Bobby was sick a lot with his eye, and there for a while I was the only one working while he was at school. And so I had to go to a Model Cities that was out there on the east side, and then I went to ask for grocery money and a little bit of, we were only paying like $80 down at West Bluff.
Right.
Rent. But we didn't have it.
Yeah.
We didn't have it. We barely were making it, So I went out there, and this black man came out and he goes, okay, yeah, you can have it. Come back at a certain time tonight. So he had 2 checks. So he gave me one for groceries. And then he said, you see this money here for your rent? I said, yeah. I was all excited. He said, look what I'm going to do. And he tore it right in front of my face. Well, I was so hurt. I came out and I told Bobby, and he got everybody wrangled up,
Yeah.
I was so hurt because, I was just hurt,
Yeah.
And And he must have told Donnie and all them, and they all got together, and then they went down here to Robert Parra. This model city's over here, and the fight was on every week. There was a big fight. We used to have meetings and stuff, and eventually they got him out. Then the city came down on us, because it wasn't right, this and that, the Roberts rules, whatever they are. Evidently, there's rules to every little thing you have.
There's rules.
If there's government money or city money's involved.
Yeah.
So we had to have an election, our own private election. We had a big election. The city was here watching everything we did, and we had to vote for Robert Parra or my ex. And my ex won, and that's how he got in there.
Wow.
That's how we started getting into office.
What year? What year-ish?
It was probably in the 70s.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably early 70s. My kids were teeny boppers.
Yeah.
Maybe about 9 or 10, they were like that,
Right.
that age. But that's how we got into politics, as far as I remember, you know?
Yeah.
And then somehow or other, Sal Capra, he had been our district has been moved around now.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be.
Yeah, right.
Our district ran all the way to the north end, all of that, Gladstone, all of that.
Right.
All the way up to, it was kind of big.
Yeah.
So we had to work for that position, and everything was free.
Right.
We didn't pay nobody.
Right.
Nobody. Everybody joined up on the west side. It was beautiful. I never seen so many people come in the office. We had an office, little offices everywhere. We moved out of this office to a bigger office because we were getting big.
Yeah.
And am I okay talking about this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So that's how he got into politics, And evidently Sal Capra was this Italian man that had been a city councilman for years. And we couldn't get the monies over here. We couldn't get the monies, know?
It's just kind of
we could not get the monies.
Yeah.
We could not get the monies over here. He might have given a lot of money to the north end.
Yeah.
Because that's where he lived. But over here, we were like dying. You know, we didn't have trees. We didn't have sidewalks, things like that,
Basic infrastructure.
Yes. So anyway, we fought and we campaigned. The first election, they have the first election, and then you have the general. The first one is called the primary.
Right.
And then the second one is called the general. That's when 2 guys go up, and that's it. And the primary, you can have 5 guys running.
Right.
So anyway, it was just him and Robert. And no, I'm talking about city council. So anyway, the first primary we lost, and we were devastated. So we worked harder, and we won the general. We won.
Yeah.
That's how he got his first election to be in the city council. Then after that, we had to work hard. And then I think the last campaign, they had enough money to start paying people that were in the polls.
Yeah.
But we found out that paying people don't work because they don't do no work.
Right.
They just sit there and do whatever, chit-chat with the other people. Where when you're free and you believe in something, you're out there fighting for it.
Yeah, you're going to fight for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's...
Those are the things that I remember.
Yeah.
Working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I think has become about of the West Side in the almost 2 decades I've been up here is it went from a very prideful working class neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And then somewhere along the way, I understand that the word gentrified gets thrown around a lot, but it's just become sort of a really popular place to be, close proximity to downtown, love the views.
Yeah. I understand there's a big plan going on at City Hall trying to do away with all of this. I won't be here to see it, but somebody just recently told me, and it was somebody that was knowledgeable about things like that. And they said, Mary Lou, There's a big plan going on at City Hall right now where all of this is going to be gone. All of it.
What do you mean all of
All the houses and stuff are going to be gone. They're going to build something or other.
Oh.
I mean, a highway going that way. All the houses on
There's been discussion about removing the highway from its where it's at to
something
dropping
like that
it on the even farther west side along the railroad tracks. You know, there's the development on
and
Broadway
all that's
from
going to
13.
be,
but that's a lot of houses to remove.
Yeah.
I mean, although they've removed houses.
Yeah, I know.
With the highway progress.
That's why I said, I mean, I won't be here to see it,
Yeah.
you know, but that's what they're saying. That's what they're talking about, you know. There's a young man that comes here and visits one of the, I mean, he's younger than me, but I don't know if you know him. His name is Porfirio. He rides a bike. He's like a carpenter and this and that. And he's what's his last name?
You got some land over there behind, on that,
He's a Zamora.
Okay.
His last name is Zamora.
Okay.
He comes here on a bike in the evenings and he visits one of the Little Ricky. We call him Little Ricky.
Okay.
He lives on the 3rd floor. So he comes here and he seems sincere. Him and I sit out there and we talk politics, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, he's younger than me, but he says that he would like to get some organization going, some people gathering because everybody's selling out their houses. And I said, good luck, Porfirio, you know.
Yeah.
I said, if you ever do have a meeting, though, let me know so I can go. But I think some of it might just be talk, or he just has a hard time getting it together, you know?
Yeah. Well, I know this much. I love our neighborhood. I love our house.
Do you?
Yeah. We, our entire family loved having you as a neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit. Karma used to, stop, make sure no cars are coming down the alley, especially the one neighbor that likes to speed down the alley. Make sure he's not coming.
Yeah.
And she would come over there and hang out. And of course, Odie, our one-eyed cat, would pay you visits pretty regularly.
No, I know. One time he walked across with the snake. He was like, I said, Odie, what do you, he was like, he thought I was going to take the snake and he kept going to your house. That's it. That darn Odie.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sitting down with me today, Mary.
Did we talk enough or what?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Shit. Yeah. I think if we get enough response on this, maybe we'll do a part 2.
I hope I don't get some harassment out of it.
I don't think so.
We didn't get to talk about when I was...
Mary lives in Raytown, so if you need to find her, you can find her on Raytown.
She's on 350 highway.
But we didn't get to talk about down on 25th Street when... I know about the horse and the doctor on the horse.
I know.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about when Observation Park was...
when Jaime used to come around with that bag I told you about, and he would just lay out that big blanket, and anything you wanted was right there in that blanket.
We might have to do a part 2.
How do you know that, though? Is recording to the response?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Let us know if
it all has to do with, like, how many stories do you want to tell?
Okay. Yeah. Well,
like we have a lot of stories here, and a lot of the minutia of Kansas City that you kind of talked about, and then so minutia kind of.
I mean, do you remember 12th Street before Bartle Hall?
Yeah.
With the brothels and the juke joints.
Oh man, it looked so happy when we used to come home from the bus.
12th Street drag. Part 2. I mean, nothing but 12th Street drag.
Well, because,
okay, let's cut it there.
Well, you know what? Because they had 12th Street. We would come home on the bus. We used to have a bus up there. 2 buses. The Quality Hill and Observation, you know? And we used to come on the bus, and all of that street was nightclub night, and there was like legs sticking out of neon signs, a woman with her skirt up in the air, things like that,
you might trip over a pew.
And then across the street, there was this shoe guy. What do you call them? They fix shoes?
Shoe shiners.
Or a cobbler.
Yes. And he was an old man. And I went in there to get some shoes fixed one day, back in the 80s probably, and he was still there. When I walked in, I was looking at all the shoes that he had there. And I said, they were beautiful, high heel. And I said, where did you get all them shoes? They were beautiful. And he said, a lot of the ladies just left them here. They never came back for them. You know, the burlesque, right across from the burlesque
movement started.
Yeah.
I don't know what is that. The trans
drag queens.
No.
Drag queens been going on for a long time.
Yeah, but I don't think they had them there. That was the Follies. That was the burlesque.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was just women.
Yeah.
I think. You know, we were too young to even, but it was, to us, it was like exciting just to see it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been in there now that they remodeled it and stuff. Remember we went in there for Karma? Maybe you didn't go. Karma had a some kind of a school thing there.
Okay.
And I think I went with Alex.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if she must have had credence already.
Maybe. Yeah, I want to talk about 12th Street. We might have to do a part 2 soon.
Well, I want to hear some feedback on this.
All right, fair enough.
Really? When do you get to hear feedback?
Well, from online. We're gonna close it out with cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you, Mary Lou, for sitting down with me. I really think we got to have a part 2 with her, man. She has got story after story after story from the rich history of the West Side. And I think most people know all about it. On the bluffs overlooking the West Bottoms and the Kaw River. It was a lot of immigrants through the years, a lot of wealthy enclave for a while. At one point, they described it as a barrio when a large contingency of Mexican folks came up here, escaping the Mexican Revolution in the early 1900s. And it had a real downtime. When the highways came through, 670 and I-35, they dismantled a lot of the neighborhood. There was something like 14,000 residents, and it dropped down to like 5,500. So what would be today if those highways hadn't come through? I know that there's a lot of people that I come across who are like, oh, we love the West Side. We just can't find anything that's in our budget, because now you're seeing $1 million homes go in. You've got a lot of new builds happening, and those are pushing some people out of the neighborhood. There's no denying that. But given that I'm in real estate, I should point out my teammate Sam has got this property for sale listed over on, I think it's 26 in Madison, if I'm not mistaken. I'll make sure to put the information there. You can also reach out to me. But a little bit over $200,000, which in this neighborhood's pretty solid. It's ready to go. It could be move-in ready. It could be a rental opportunity for you. So, something to check out if you're thinking about, heading over to this side of town, heading over to the hood. Have a great weekend doing what you do. I'm loving seeing all of the love for the World Cup in Kansas City and around the nation. It makes my little heart kind of grow just 2 sizes too big. As of this release, I know that there's a festival out in Shawnee this weekend, Americana and Ales. I'll be the MC for the outdoor stage for that. So if you're in the area, go check it out, man. It'll be a good time. So I know they're going to show a soccer match in the middle of it as well. So have a great weekend. Peace.
I ain't afraid. I got a bed with God.
Thanks for tuning in to Kansas City with Jason Nivens. And big thanks to Mary Lou Hernandez, Nivens' old neighbor. Hey, want to contact us? KCJNmedia@gmail.com. Tell us your story. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you next time.